Hello, everybody, once more. We are on the second episode of the Warp Masters YouTube show podcast style thing.
Woo!
I am Shay, or better known as my gem, Fluorite, and...
I'm Cece, and better known as Moonstone.
And today we're talking about the episode,
Keystone Motel.
Keystone Motel, yeah. And...
Boy,
man,
episode.
This was a great episode.
Let me just say that when I started watching this, I was, like, screaming just because of how amazing that was.
Ruby and Sapphire.
I love Ruby and Sapphire.
Totally. Also, in this episode, we'll be talking about what the next episode, Onion Friend, could possibly mean.
Yeah.
And possibly some theories.
Now, can I start off with saying, first of all, we learned a lot more new abilities between Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
only is Ruby has a bunch of strength, as shown in Jailbreak, but she also has more of a power of heat, or maybe fire, as we saw when she got incredibly angry. And then Sapphire, not only having the power of speed, or you could say song,
and she floats.
Yeah, she also flies, and she has ice.
Oh, yeah.
And which I thought was interesting with their relationship. It's just the fire and ice aspect of it.
They're like the yin and yang style.
Exactly, and that's what makes, I think that's a part of what makes Garnet so calm. Most of the time. Is not that she gets that from Sapphire, but just that they both calm each other down.
Yeah, I was thinking with Sapphire being able to, like, hover almost, maybe she, like, doesn't have legs. And that's why Garnet has 2 legs and 2 arms.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. I always thought just because they were so short and small that they made, like, half an arm length. So together they made a full arm length, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I also want to say, when Greg is talking to Steven with the square pizza, he's all like, sometimes when people get mad at each other, you need to give them space or whatever. It sounded like he was talking from experience.
Yeah, I thought so too. Hang on, I'm going to follow up on that. I'll be right back. You keep talking about things.
Alright. Let me think. That's really what I got from the episode. Not to mention, we see a lot more emotion from Steven, just because, you know, we see finally how it's affecting him, which we saw how it affected Pearl, and Pearl was deeply affected by this. She tries to win, you know, Garnet back, but now seeing Steven's emotion in the whole situation was interesting.
I was gonna say that what with the powers and everything. So it's we have seen that Sapphire has future vision, right?
Right.
And it seems like she has more powerful future vision than Garnet, because she, like, was able to tell exactly what was gonna happen instead of Garnet saying, like, oh, this and this and this and this can happen.
Yeah.
So I think maybe Garnet's future vision is, like, adulterated, like, watered down because of Ruby's lack of future vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we found out that Sapphire has one eye.
Yeah.
So
I
that
was kind of a little disappointed in that. I wanted her to have, like, 2 eyes and then have the third eye on Garnet be a mixed color. Like, you brought that up.
Yeah, I thought so too, but, like...
She's the one that brought that up, and I thought that would have been really cool, but...
Yeah. I just thought that would make sense. Also, we still don't know what Sapphire's weapon is, but we can see that Ruby has a gauntlet.
Yeah.
One of 2 gauntlets.
So, when I was browsing on the interweb, many people predicted that Sapphire has a claw-like glove, or I don't know what you call them, but it's, you know, on the knuckles. It's like...
One of those things.
One of those things
Okay.
is what people are predicting. But it could be another gauntlet. Can gems change their weapon?
No.
No. So it's probably very unlikely that they have the same weapon.
Exactly. They probably well, I was gonna say they probably have the same weapon, just considering that, like, every fusion we've seen so far, besides Garnet, like, Sardonyx, Opal, Sugilite, they all take out their weapon and then combine the weapon.
Yeah.
So Garnet has the two weapons from each of her gems, her gauntlets, each of the gauntlets. So I would assume that Sapphire would also have a gauntlet.
I'm gonna look at a picture of her gauntlet and see if they have the claws like everybody's predicting. You can say a theory or...
Sapphire?
Yeah, Sapphire.
You haven't seen Sapphire's weapon.
I know. I'm looking at Garnet's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you explain something to the folks.
Okay. Oh, I took so many notes, but we've already covered, like, all of them. Oh, what with the combination of the powers to make Garnet, Ruby seems to be the one that can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Either that or all gems can do that.
Oh, that explains why she could go into lava.
Yeah, but, like, well, because Ruby is fire, yeah. But I was saying, like, because we almost constantly see Garnet going to the bottom of the ocean, like in Chilotede.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
So, I'm looking at her gauntlets right now, and there's, on her, every finger besides her thumb, there's little ruby spikes. So I don't know if that would,
Send me a picture.
Alright, I need to get on the... I gotta go here.
I'm looking at Garnet herself.
Yeah, that's where I looked.
Yeah.
And there should be a thing there.
Yeah, I'm just looking for her. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So it could be, but it doesn't seem that likely. So Sapphire and Ruby would be the only gems we've seen so far with the same weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'm gonna look up Ruby's weapon. Ruby's gauntlet specifically.
It didn't really seem to have much on it. It just seemed to be a red gauntlet.
Yeah.
Which still brings up the question how Ruby and Sapphire met.
Yeah.
Which I want to see. Which I'm glad, because last episode I said I want a lot more Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they did this.
Yep. I can't find any pictures of Ruby's weapon.
I looked up Ruby Steven Universe Gauntlet, but I can't find anything.
I'm gonna check the Steven Universe wiki. Oh, yep, there's a picture of her gauntlet. It's not a gauntlet, it's a boxing glove, apparently.
It's a boxing glove?
Yeah, but we only get to see part of it. We can't see the knuckles.
So
Really.
There could or could not be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's a good prediction from people on the internet saying...
Yeah, pretty good idea.
She could have the claws, in which case could be... Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go completely off topic of Keystone Motel for a second.
We pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, it was pretty eventful, but like
it was more fluff.
Easy to sum up. It was more just adorable.
Yeah, it was a lot of fluff.
But like, okay, so off camera after the last episode, Moonstone and I were talking about our theories on the show, and we started talking about the pretty well-known pink diamond theory.
Yes.
And I saw another video about the pink diamond theory, and mainly all of them just state that
Jay, you can edit this out, but my phone deleted my text with my theory on it, so could you forward that to me really quick?
I delete all my text.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go from scratch then. Whatever, I can improvise.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways, you can just edit this out.
I'm not editing it out.
Oh.
I can't really edit these that much.
Oh dear. Sorry, guys.
Whatever. They understand.
So continue.
Okay, anyway, there's a couple reasons behind this, the pink diamond theory. First of all, this picture that I'll put up right now of the 4 diamonds on the sky arena that is like thousands and thousands of years old. And it has yellow, blue, and white diamond, and then a pink diamond. And also on Pearl's space outfit in Space Race, she has a pink diamond on her chest, where her star usually is.
And may I say, for the Sky Arena, I rewatched Sworn to the Sword, the song, and Pearl said herself, this has where the wars, or like the battles were fought.
Yeah, she said this is where the first battles took place.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And also, if you look from an inside perspective of the Sky Arena, at the top, there's a little, at the top, there's the diamonds, and the pink one is broken in half.
Yeah. I saw that too.
So I'm wondering if maybe yellow, possibly blue or white diamond during the battle did that, just to symbolize that Rose was not part of them anymore.
Yeah, and it's like, and a bunch of people were wondering, like, why would she change from being a diamond, like the highest class of gem, the strongest, like, stone, like gemstone on the Mohs hardness scale, to quartz, a much more common and weaker stone. And the person who I was watching a video on, he said that it was like this really old, like, he was like a noble, and he wanted to show the common people that he could sympathize with them, so he decided to change his noble name to a more peasant name.
I would also like to say on Amethyst's whip,
yeah,
like, Amethyst can have many different shapes of her gem.
Yeah.
But on her whip are the shapes of diamonds it resembles.
I think I don't really support that idea.
That's
just because
my idea. That's my idea. And
I know, I just don't really support it just because I always thought it was just shards of her gem.
Yeah. But
sorry.
You can go.
You go.
Okay, I'll go. Also on Hologram Pearl, before she stabs, or before Pearl is regenerated, Hologram Pearl has a diamond on her shirt. And
yeah.
I'm thinking that with the whole theory of how when a gem regenerates, when a gem regenerates, you see all of its past regenerations before.
Yeah.
So, and there's this one, because people have made charts of pearls. There's this one that people assume is old concept art, which could very much be so, but I believe there was a time where Pearl obviously knew Rose, because Pearl has known Rose for as long as as we know, a long time, possibly hundreds, thousands of years. Maybe there was a time where Pearl supported Rose with the diamond, right? So she wore the diamond on her shirt, but then Rose converted away from the Diamond Authority, and we can see Pearl slowly grow away from the diamond as well. From the pilot episode, there's nothing, along with the young Pearl we see in Story for Steven. There's no star, no diamond. And then she regenerates from her young self, like in Story for Steven, and we see a star on her shirt from the beginning of the series and on.
Yeah.
And same thing with Amethyst and Garnet, is if you look at their younger selves, they have no stars on them. They have nothing. They just have their normal clothing. So I believe that they all knew Rose somehow, because Rose is kind of the center of everything. And they followed her by converting from the diamond to the star, as Rose did.
Okay, so I wanna touch on the theory that Pearl is a defective model of Pearl. Have you heard this theory before?
No, I have not.
Okay, so in the episode The Return, Jasper says, and I can pull up the quote here really quick, but paraphrasing, Jasper says, hang on. Jasper says, I'm trying here.
Just pretend there's elevator music in the background. It makes it all much better. The wait.
But, okay, I can't find it anywhere, but Jasper basically says that, she says, like, Amethyst is an overcooked runt, and Pearl is a lost, defective pearl. And I don't remember, and he says that Garnet's like a horrible monster or something like that, or like a big mistake.
Well, that's just because Garnet's a fusion and Jasper sucks.
Yeah, there's also a theory that Jasper is a fusion because is like a forced fusion created by Homeworld after they made the cluster thousands of years ago. They might have perfected
I read that
it.
one.
Yeah. I think that one makes a lot of sense, but like, he calls Pearl a defective, lost pearl. And defective could either mean that she's imperfect, like, apart from all the other pearls, which were assumably created to be servants, because of Pearl's love of cleaning and whatnot. But because in the song Sworn to the Sword, when she's singing to Connie, she says, deep down, you know, you weren't built for fighting, but that doesn't mean you're not prepared to try. And through the whole song, we can see Pearl talking about herself and living vicariously through Connie.
Yeah.
So, we assume that the Pearls were made as servants to the Diamond Authority and the higher-ups, and on our Pearl, which Rose Quartz says, my Pearl.
Yeah.
And the episode Rose's Scabbard, or at least Rose's hologram does. And so we can assume that Pearl was defective because she could feel things, and maybe she was rejected by the Diamond Authority or whoever created her because of that, and then Rose Quartz took her in later, accepting her, and that's why she cares so much for Rose Quartz.
Yeah, I've always questioned, and Shay knows this, why Pearl is so obsessed with Rose Quartz. Like, I've never understood it. And now that you brought up that theory, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I always assumed that, like, Rose Quartz just, like, Pearl cared for the Earth or whatever, and Rose Quartz was, like, more powerful than her, so she respected her or whatever. But, like, yeah, I feel like Rose Quartz is the one that, like, the only one that accepted her.
Yeah.
So that's why Pearl, like, felt so strongly towards Rose.
I can see that. Yeah.
And also with that, defective could also mean that she defected, I don't remember, from her home world, which is what she did.
Yeah.
And lost could mean, like, because Rose Quartz isn't there anymore, so she's lost.
We see that major ability in, I forget which episode, but it's the episode where Pearl's, like, talking to Steven on a cliff, and she says, sometimes I wonder if she can see me through her.
That's Rose's Scabbard.
Yeah. And you can really see, that's when we really see the emotion between Pearl and Rose, and just how much Rose meant to Pearl.
Yeah. And, like, also with what Jasper says, and I'm scrolling through the transcript. Okay, here it is. Jasper says, and neither of you saw Rose Quartz? Oh, what a shame. I had hoped to meet her. I was looking forward to beating her into the ground. But this is all that's left of her army, some lost defective Pearl, a puny overcooked runt, and this shameless display. And then, so, a lot of people think that Jasper and Amethyst are almost, like, of the same class of gem, like Peridot and Pearl and Lapis, like the same size, power levels almost. Or as I would assume, Steven and Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of people assume that Jasper would be, like, the same class of gem as Amethyst almost, because they're both types of quartz. And they're both, like, of the quartz family, I guess. So people think that Amethyst was literally overcooked, like she was put in the kindergarten for too long.
Oh, and can I say something really quick? It's about Keystone Motel.
Yeah.
I just remembered it. I looked up what the Keystone State is. It's interesting. It's Pennsylvania, which I love that.
So that gives a hint to where the Steven Universe world takes place.
It's probably in New England, definitely on the East Coast.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, maybe.
Either that or it was a really long road trip.
Yeah.
They're obviously near a beach.
Which I don't think Garnet would have not split up before then.
Yeah, and I want to say right now that we have discovered the Steven Universe extended theme song. And when I watched it, I really wanted to scream and cry.
I almost got nightmares just because of the silhouette of Yellow Diamond.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, was that Yellow Diamond, like, it had to be Yellow Diamond. Like, who else could it be? Yellow Diamond, at least her silhouette was revealed to us. And, like, and her single eye. But,
I wonder if her gem is gonna be one of her eyes.
Exactly, but her eye was yellow, and
so was her hair, wasn't it? Before it,
couldn't see her hair.
But no, like you see her turn, and this is like either a helmet or hair. But before the lights dim, it's like a yellowish green.
No, you can't see her hair at all.
Oh,
the lights aren't strong enough to see her hair. I actually can go to that part right now and pause it. Yeah, you can. It's like everything is kind of a greenish color, you know?
Yeah.
So the only thing you can see is like some greenish yellows on Jasper, and then some greenish blues on Lapis, then all green on Peridot, and you can just see dark greens everywhere, and that's all you see of Yellow Diamond, other than the small amount of light on her lower body. But you can see, like, her shoulders are, like, pierced up almost, and she has on one of her shoulders like a color, like, swipe thing through her clothes. You can see her arms tucked in and a thin waist and a very thin neck, and I'm pretty sure it's a helmet because it wraps around her face slightly. Yeah, and then the lights dim, and the only thing you can see is, like, Jasper's hair and the diamond on her clothes, and the gem you can see the most when the lights dim is Peridot.
Yeah.
So people think that Peridot will have a retribution. A lot of people want Peridot to join the Crystal Gems, almost like find out what she's been actually doing with the fusions and why it's so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, realize. People think that Peridot is like Pearl 2.0, what with the defective Pearl theory.
Also, we saw Lapis and
Jasper.
So
Lapis and Jasper, but Jasper is still holding Lapis's arm, so that might represent that they're still fused.
I didn't notice that she was still holding her arm.
Yeah, she is. If you pull up the video and, like, mute it, you can see that Jasper is holding onto Lapis's arm, and Lapis is, like, looking at the camera almost, like, frantically.
Yeah.
And, like, trying to turn away. And Peridot, somebody said in the comments of this video that Peridot looked like she had a bad taco and then burned down the taco stand where she got it and is watching it burn. But Peridot just has, like, this look of disgust on her face. So it seems like they sent help.
See, I don't think Peridot's gonna, like, you know, I really hope she doesn't, because I love her as a bad guy, supposedly. That's another theory, is that Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst are actually the antagonists. of the show.
I don't really like that idea, just because they are the main characters. So technically,
Right.
they're the protagonist.
But the thing is that if you listen to when we first meet Lapis and Mirror Gem, she says they don't care about other gems. They care about Earth.
And that's what we should
us,
care about.
I know. To us that seems good. But think about if they were human, and somebody said they care more about another planet than humans. We see that evil. You know what I mean?
Well, this is where it comes in with morals and such, which I'd rather not get into right now, but, I think anybody can see that they're, the bad ones to Homeworld, of course. Because they fought against Homeworld, but they're the good ones to us.
Right.
I think that's what matters.
Sorry.
Everybody is good and bad in some aspects, depending on who you are and how you look at them. But the gems are good. The crystal gems are our heroes, but they're just some rebellion against Homeworld.
Yeah.
So, it depends on how you look at it, really, but either way, I see it as they're the protagonists, they're the good guys, Homeworld's the bad guys, Peridot gets a retribution.
And can I say when Amethyst was, singing in the extended theme song when she says, "I'm fighting for Earth and all I know," that almost made me cry.
Yeah, a lot of people said that made them cry, because it's poor Amethyst, she's living with people who have been to where gems actually live, and Amethyst is I will fight for the place where I was made, the Earth is everything I've ever known.
Yeah. And I thought Pearls was a really one-dimensional.
Yeah, Pearl is a really sad character, but yeah, she really is really one-dimensional, and that she only really cares about this one thing. She mainly just seems to care about Rose Quartz and how she's viewed by others and whatnot.
And Garnet's just made me feel really special, just because it was so adorable. And I have a question about Peridot.
Yeah.
Is the green triangular thing on her head a helmet or her hair?
I think that's her hair, considering Sardonyx has similar hair.
All right.
And everybody in this Steven Universe world seems to have very strange hair.
Yeah.
I think it's her hair, and she's just wearing a visor like Garnet. But yeah, a lot of people think that Peridot is like Pearl 2.0, considering their gems are in the same place, and Pearl's gem is oval instead of which is natural pearls are always round.
Right.
So a lot of people think that's her imperfection because the gem is where their heart and soul are.
Yeah.
So it's the core of their being. So her gem being slightly disfigured is what changed her. What made her different from everybody else.
Yeah. So that's basically the gist.
Yeah, I think we're good talking about theories today. We'll probably do a completely separate episode just dedicated to theories and the Diamond Authority and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I will definitely do an episode where I talk about my written down Steven Universe timeline that we've known so far, which is still being edited as Steven Bomb 3.0 is in progress. But
tonight is supposed to be where Amethyst and Steven visit Onion. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Before we go, let's talk about what Onion Friend could mean.
Right.
I said before this episode started, I said to Moonstone that I think that Onion Friend is going to be a rising tides, crashing skies kind of episode, how the last Steven Bomb had that just kind of thrown into the middle of it. Kind of out of place, but kind of just a nice comedic relief. I think that's what Onion Friend is going to be. A lot of people think that Onion is Yellow Diamond, but I do not think that is even possible.
I'm not saying I believe in the theory, but I'm just gonna ask, why don't you?
Because, I just think that is, the stupidest possible cliche. like, and obviously we can see in the extended trailer that Yellow Diamond is in fact a gem and not, like, shapeshifted into that form.
Right.
And I feel like if Yellow Diamond was Onion, or Onion was Yellow Diamond, Jasper and Peridot would know, and they wouldn't be leaving Earth to report to Yellow Diamond.
That's true.
If Yellow Diamond was on Earth. Also, Onion's so low-key and, like, not important in this series. Like, I don't think Onion, like, is too important. I think it's just another episode where they peek into another character's life for a bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of a relief.
Now that I got my Ruby and Sapphire gist out of the way, I'd like to see...
Got your Ruby and Sapphire satisfaction?
I'd like to see more fusions.
Oh, yeah.
And I would also like to see a lot more of the human characters, such as Sadie and Lars, have a bigger role. You know?
Yeah. They cut out on Sadie and Lars pretty quickly. Like, they had them in there for just a little bit, and then it was like, whatever happened to Sadie and Lars? Like, the most recent we saw of them, I think, was Horror Club, maybe. I don't remember.
And that's a good question with, like, Ronaldo. Like, you know, obviously they had a falling out, but I personally would still like to know about their relationship a little more.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any of Sour Cream or, like, any of them in a while, and to be honest, I haven't seen much of Connie either.
No. So
the last we saw of Connie was Sworn to the Sword.
Is that really the last episode?
I'm pretty sure that's the last time we saw Connie.
Wow.
Except in Cry for Help when Steven called her up and, like, asked her about the TV.
Yeah. So this is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping maybe because it's Steven Baum, I'm sure on Friday, like Shay said to me, that their Yellow Diamond should be revealed by Friday.
Actually, speaking of that, I was going to say, I think that on Friday they're going to play the extended trailer at the very end of an episode. So, like, the episode might not have an intro and might just start with the title, and then they'll do it at the very end, or they'll open the episode with that. And I think they'll just be hinting at, like, they'll be showing that Yellow Diamond will be revealed soon.
Alright.
I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to reveal her this week.
Then let me just say, when Yellow Diamond is revealed, I'm really hoping that Connie, Lars, Sadie, and all the cool kids, such as Sour Cream,
and whatever his name was.
Yeah, like, all the others, they will somehow help the crystal gems. Because I want the humans to have a part in fighting for this, because it was also a theory that the humans helped Rose Quartz fight against the homeworld gems, considering, like, the gems summon their weapons by their any gem summons their weapon from their gem, like magic, but, like, all those weapons in the episode Rose's Scabbard, like, in that big field, must have been from humans. Yeah, or in the mural, we see
Rose with humans.
We see Rose with humans.
Or at least small figures.
Yeah.
Assumably human.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, but that's what we're going with, so.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, because the last episode of this week is called Friend Space Ship. And it says that that the gems explore an abandoned gem ship.
Oh dear. I'm going to be really sad.
I feel like it will be sad, but I feel like there's going to be, like, a lot of hints toward the gems coming back, or maybe that Yellow Diamond crashed on Earth, or another gem crashed on Earth and has been stranded there. And I really want to see more gems. I feel like all the gems from the kindergarten must not have they couldn't have all become corrupt or been taken from Homeworld, taken from Earth. So there must be some hiding on Earth somewhere.
And I think Fluorite and I will discuss the white and blue diamond theory that they already have on a later episode.
Because we're 35 minutes into this.
Oh
already.
Dear.
So let's end it here, and we will talk to you guys later. And I'm super excited for tonight's episode because I actually want to see how Onion's life works. A lot of people think Onion and Sadie are siblings. because we've never seen Sadie's mom, unless that one male woman was Sadie's mom, which could be possible because they look a lot alike. We've never seen anything of Sadie's family, and the only thing of Onion's family that we've seen is, like, that sailor guy. And that's his dad, assumably, because they don't talk.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we will see you guys next time. We'll report on Onion Friend tomorrow. And, yeah.
That's pretty much it.
We have been the Warp Masters, Shay or Fluorite, and
Moonstone and Cece. Be excellent to each other.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.